I've seen it in a pre-workout, you've seen it in a pre-workout. Let's say together, what is Huperzine? Huperzine A is a chemical that comes from Chinese club moss or fear club moss plant. And right now I can tell you it's one of those supplements that doesn't have that much studies on it. Now the things that it promises is obviously increased cognition, increased memory, increased thinking skills, as well as fighting Alzheimer's disease and dementia. If we looked at the three big blocks of pre-workout ingredients, this would most definitely be the focus one. Now let's look at how it could actually increase your cognition. Now there are many pathways that Huperzine works through, which is why it is currently not so safe to be taking this for a long time, because it may have long-term interactions that may damage you. However, the main pathway that it works through is Huperzine A inhibits acetylcholine esterase, and if acetylcholine esterase is inhibited, acetylcholine will accumulate. And when acetylcholine accumulates, your cognition increases. And this is very similar to the choline ingredient, which also increases acetylcholine. Might I add, in my opinion, even better than Huperzine. However, there are a lot of other pathways that Huperzine A works through, such as its neuroprotective effect, which can increase neurotropic factor expression, synaptic activity, modulation of the reactive oxygen species, as well as neural survival. However, the main pathway that it works through is the acetylcholine esterase inhibition. If you were considering using this for cognition improvements, what dose should you be taking? First of all, I want to state that this ingredient should probably be cycled. So if you've been taking it for about 6 months, negative side effects can appear like nausea, diarrhea, vomiting, dry mouth, constipation, sweating, blurred vision. So while there are certainly some short-term benefits, there are also some dangerous long-term side effects. And if you were going to use it, very small doses, about 50 to 500 micrograms, and that should be the maximum. And if you stay within that, that should probably benefit you the most. Now let's move on to the studies. Basically, the bulk of the studies is in people with Alzheimer's diseases. And if Huperzine A was used, there was definitely beneficial effect on improvement of general cognitive function in patients with Alzheimer's disease. And then there were also some studies suggesting that it benefits regular people. For example, this study right here, 50 patients with Alzheimer's disease and 50 healthy patients were given Huperzine. Then they were tested if cognition improved, and the results showed that Huperzine A most definitely increased cognition, as well as task switching deficits in patients with Alzheimer's disease. However, Huperzine A in normal patients didn't change that much. However, this study right here found that Huperzine A may acutely enhance cognitive function in young and healthy adults. As seen here, in a number of cognition tasks after supplementing Huperzine A, the Huperzine A group performed much better. And they also performed a 30-minute steady state treadmill exercise. And what they found is that the Huperzine group had a higher heart rate as well as higher perceived exertion, meaning the people who supplemented with Huperzine found it harder to work out. So what this study found is that there's no real benefit of taking this before exercise. However, there may be some cognition improvements. Now for the rating and the comment, I would have to give it a high D tier maybe. It does seem to increase cognition, however, mainly in patients with Alzheimer's disease, and seemingly it makes exercise harder. If you want to know more about pre-workouts or pre-workout ingredients, go down in the description, join my Discord through the link, ask me any questions, I will answer. Thank you for watching.